Hey class, so today what we will be learning about is fractions, decimals, and percents part 2. I know you all have a good background knowledge already on kind of what that is, and we're just going to kind of strengthen that up using our previous knowledge and kind of solving these next couple of problems. And I'm going to give you something to think about at the end, and that you'll be able to bring to class on Wednesday. So start with kind of a recap. You know that 3/4, 3 over 4, that fraction bar is a fraction. We know that that's equal to decimal point 75. It's a 75 hundredths. And we know that those two are equal. And then we also know that that equals 75%. And so we know that fractions, decimals, and percent all have something in common, and they're all a different way to write the same number. So I know you guys kind of know that, and if you want to jot this down in your notes, that would be a good kind of heading for this part. Starting out, this is an example that I would like you to write in your notes. Knowing that we have already learned how can we change the fraction 4/10 to a percent. Remember, percent meaning out of 100, like 100 cents equals $1. So we want to convert this to out of 100. So here's a little reminder. If you could write this in your notes, this example, and convert it, pause the video please, and then we'll come back and we'll look at it. Now that you've looked at it, I have this drawing here that, if you look, I have 10 squares total. It's a 5 by 2. And I have 4 of the squares shaded in, which is almost half. So if we know that this is almost half, how can we change this by multiplying, or we can also use our calculator? One way I looked at it was, if I didn't have my calculator, I would try to get this into a percent out of 100. So I want the denominator to be 100, and that we multiplied that by 10. So we also have to multiply the top by 10, so that equals 40. So we have 40 parts out of 100, so that's kind of like 40 cents in a dollar, if you think about it like that. So 40 over 100, that also equals 40%. For this next one, I'd like you to pause the video and try this one on your own, 3/4. I know you may know what this is, either in your calculator using the new tools that we've learned, or you can do it in hand, but please write this one out in your notes. Alright, now that you've done pausing the video and have worked on this one on your own, let's take a look at it. So if we have 4 rows and 3 of the rows, so this is a 4 by 3, and if 4 of the rows, if we have 4 total rows and 3 of the rows are shaded in, that'll be our numerator. And so we know that 3 goes on top, and the 4 of the total rows goes on the bottom. So we have 3 out of the 4 rows shaded in, and we know that that's 75%. That's like 3/4. 3/4, 25 plus 25 plus 25 out of the 4 quarters, which would be $1. So we know that that's 75 over 100. So if you would like to draw this picture, you can draw this picture in your notes. If not, just make sure that you have your math and how you got your answer written in your notes, so that you have an example to come back upon. Now moving on to this one. Knowing what you've learned, try to convert 3/8 using your calculator to a percent, and come to class ready to discuss how you did this. So you can use your calculator, you can use mental math, how you convert. I'm curious to see the different ways that you guys come back with this 3/8. So I'd like you to kind of think about this, write this one down in your notes. So now this will be your third example you'll have written down, including the 4/10, the 3/4, and now the 3/8. And this one we'll kind of discuss in class, will kind of be our starter for the day, and then we'll kind of move on from there. So we'll build up from the 3/8. So if you could complete this one in your notes, and then bring this to class and be prepared to discuss kind of with your group mates, and as well as the class as a whole. Thanks.